Hello, welcome. This is going to be a video discussing weapons, with my tier list mate, Quantum. Alright, so, we're
I need no
discussing...
introduction.
That's fine. We're discussing Soa's weapon first, I guess?
I mean, that's going in character order, I figure.
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
It makes sense. Just shit.
Alright, so, since you know all of this stuff, and, you know, apparently you're probably better than me at this, how is her weapon? Is it good, bad, terrible?
If not for this thing, it would suck. It would be terrible. It would not be good, if not for Bubble Step. So, it depends on how we're ranking this. Are we ranking this based on the fact that Soa does have Bubble Step? Or are we ranking the gun in, like, a vacuum here?
I feel like just the we've already done ability tier list, right? So
that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. Like if we're ranking the gun based on Bubble Step, then we're kind of just ranking Bubble Step again, which we both kind of agreed is not okay.
Yeah.
So if we rank without Bubble Step, it's really not that good. Like you have to sneak up on somebody because this range is abysmal. It cannot foam very well at all. Foaming sucks. So if you're left with just Soa's gun, you can't foam to get close to them, which you need the damage. And getting close to them without Bubble Step, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, I like the damage
it's
of it. It's not terrible. 393 for a single clip.
It's certainly good if you're right next to them, yeah. But it's very hard for that. And this is a non-moving target. On a moving target, forget about hitting every single ball.
Alright, so let's move on to Sharky Boy.
Agito, I need to change now. Actually, I don't use those changing stations. I still use the Baristador.
Yeah. Oh, look, we have the same skin. Season 1, baby! Alright,
This guy is kind of in the same vein, I think, as Soa.
Yeah,
except,
but...
like, more extreme.
Yeah, but the thing is a crit does 62. So if you get extremely up close, you can chill in 2 shots.
I think Agito is just like a more extreme Soa of... It's even harder to do things close or far away, but much easier to do things really close.
Yeah, so like I said,
if we're ranking them without taking the abilities in mind, they're like pretty equal. I think Agito's a little bit better. Just
because one of the only 2 characters with a current mechanic, yeah.
If you do get close, this is insane. But it's pretty hard to get close if you don't have his ability to help you out.
Alright, so now we're up to Tonix. Each ability, each shot does 50 if you hit every single shot. Each does 50.
Yeah, Tonix is the most skill-based one, I think. I don't think it's much of a contest, in my opinion at least, that Tonix is the character where you have to be the best with if you want to take advantage of the gun. Because if you just keep missing these, like you're not doing very much at all, and you shoot really, really slow. But if you do hit all of them, it's just a boom and a boom, and then we're gone. So Tonix has one of the shorter time to kill. However I'm supposed to word that. If you can hit them, but it's really hard to hit them. It is very difficult.
Yeah,
so
that's...
Tonix is extremely skill-based.
Yeah, so I understand that definitely. Like, I've gotten killed by a Tonix way too hard. Especially,
Though the spray of the shots here, like, this is hard to avoid if a Tonix is doing this. Like, surprisingly difficult to avoid the side-to-side sway of this. So if you're really low on health and a Tonix starts doing that, that's when it's time to just start stopping.
Yeah, and it does a decent amount of foaming too. It's nice for a rollout.
Yes. Tonix accidentally gets like, what, half of 100 grand sometimes? Absurd. I think I've gotten 49,000 foaming with Tonix.
Yikes.
just kind of whack at shit.
Alright, so now we're up
This
to
guy.
Jet Boy.
This is the first gun I will say is great. Like really good. Because you never have really. Close range, you got this. A little further range, you got this. And at really far range, which I have to reload to do because he has no ammo, you can shoot a massive ball.
Yeah, it's what, 37.5 for the regular one, 37.5 for the regular shot, and then the full charge is what, 50. So it's like a mix of Agito and who is it? Agito and Tonix together.
It was an instinct.
But yeah, it does 37.5 and 50. They have stuns. Well,
And
the
this.
second one has stuns. And especially if you, well, disregarding abilities, just the shots themselves are extremely strong.
I made a tier list back in with Hop for the characters. And I was one of the people that didn't think Ramzey was broken at all. So he was actually in B tier, but the point is not Ramzey. The point is Jet was second. He was top of A tier, second best character, and that's because he can pick whatever he wants to do at any given moment. Like you're not stuck being close with them, or you're not stuck being far away from them. You can pick whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, that's
If you need to get close, you can do it.
It's really funny because everybody, back when the game first started, thought Jet was the worst character in the entire game. Like, just hands off. No one wanted to play Jet at all.
I still think he's the second best.
Yeah.
Though I haven't known the buffs, but I figured they haven't changed that much.
Alright, now we're up to Squad Girl.
Penny, I keep pressing circles and dumping it. I think this is the worst one.
Yep.
Not because, like, it's just because it doesn't do anything special at all. Every other gun can, like, define a playstyle or something like that.
Yep.
Where it's, like, really good up close or really good from afar or, like, a really good all-rounder. This one is none of that. It doesn't have that much range. It doesn't do that much up close. It doesn't foam that well. It's just kind of there.
So you gotta think
Sort of
about
exists.
you gotta think about that as well. It does 15 damage, and Penny, surprisingly enough, is supposed to be like the character that has like, you know, stuns and a whole bunch of different things, where her shots are now just like very basic, like 15, 30, 45. You're getting 15 a shot, but Soa can do it much faster for 10 damage a shot, and we'll get to Ramzey soon. Don't you worry about that. But in terms of like the rapid fires, yeah, hers is like by far one of the weakest ones.
I think it's not to say that Penny needs a good gun per se, right? Because this, you get someone with that. Doesn't really matter what gun you're using. If they're flying in the sky, unable to move, you can kind of just take them out, as long as your gun is average. And this is also not affected by what gun you have. So Penny is more carried by the abilities than the gun itself. So she doesn't really need a good gun, but she doesn't have one. Just not really have a good gun, I don't think.
No, that sounds about right.
You have to be close up to take advantage. But if you're close up, it would be better to be a bunch of different things.
Alright, so we are up to the first hose! Rave Breaker. A lot of people's favorite. Actually, the devs' favorite. They have confirmed it.
And why is there only one free skin for this fucker?
Don't ask me. That was a VTuber skin. That's not my. That's not my fault. That's corporate business. That's not the devs' fault. It's corporate business.
It's their favorite. Why is it so? Whatever. Okay, I guess that's kind of untrue because you play 300 matches with them, you get silver, but those skins suck anyway. Well, I will refrain from talking about a certain thing that Rave Breaker's got here. But his gun here is kind of just Soa's again, but it can foam.
Yeah, I
So
can
it's
see
like-
that.
It's like, if we're not taking abilities into account, like Soa doesn't have bubble step, Rave doesn't have this, it's kind of just really better Soa. because he can actually foam for himself and get close to people.
True. But each individual...
Foaming is, like, better than you think, because you can do this in, like, 1 second. So you can close the distance very, very easily with this.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is that I know I keep putting damage under this hand, but 17.5 was pretty good for a, an ability to shoot that usually doesn't have too much leeway. It has a lot of leeway. Like, it won't, even if you put it all the way to the top, it will come down eventually.
So it does that much damage when you're close up, right? Because you can hit all the shots. And getting close up is extremely easy because that took like 3 seconds at most, and you already have this massive line.
Oh my gosh, you've made it to your cone. Oh my.
Extremely easy to close the distance on anybody. And it's also extremely easy to kill them when you're right next to them, because it does crazy, like, full auto damage.
That's unbelievable. So yeah,
pretty good.
Very good that they got a buff. Also, obligatory I'm not a dumbass before we change characters. There we go.
However, this fucking guy, this piece of shit, this fucking dude.
Alright.
Baristador.
Switching to Barista. Alright, so this is my main,
Good
if anybody doesn't know.
Fucking lord! This
yes!
Goddamn... This is not okay.
I love it, like, I'm sorry, okay.
It's really, really hard to hit your shots when you're doing that, so it's not actually that bad, like, balance-wise. But Jesus Priest, when you're sitting on at your spawn and some barista is camping on top of the goddamn cork on the Cleopatra map and doing this, it is more annoying than it is effective. It just makes you want to die.
Well, thank goodness we did this after the buff came out. Quantum was planning to do this before the buff came out, so thank goodness we don't have to re-record this segment. Thank goodness.
But, like, it's not particularly the most effective, since when you're doing this, you're not hitting that many of those shots reasonably. But it is just annoying. It is annoying enough for me to want to move it up, even if it's not particularly effective to play like that. Because usually Barista, even though he's got a lot of range, at least the way I play him, I don't know if this is like an actual thing with Barista, or if it's just my playstyle, but he is more effective up close, even though he has so much range.
Yeah, I would say that, especially because certain people can get extremely up close. He's like a worse Rave, because Rave does 17 per hit, Barista only does 15. But the fact of the matter is that the range...
Gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Barista's just a better Rave as like a character.
Yeah.
But the gun in particular, yeah.
Yeah, the gun is absolutely
You can do this
insane.
from, like, here.
You can also do it from all the way back here. Yes, I'm hitting it, by the way.
But that's an unrealistic expectation in an actual match when there's, like, actual players that are running away from you. Right?
Yeah, true.
But the fact that he can do that is still kind of insane.
Yeah, I also love that, you know, the foaming as well. Like, he has by far one of the best foaming guns in the entire game.
It's like, okay, the example that I always like to use as to why Barista's stupid is if you have, hold on, let me do this fucking thing.
Yep.
Now you just have infinite ammo to spray your infinite foaming around with your infinite range. It's just like, please, just stop. So, it is a really good gun. It's more annoying than it is effective, but it's still really effective.
And only one of 2 characters that hasn't only gotten buffs and not nerfs. But we're going on to Quantum's character. Alright, please explain why Mel T's gun is decent, good, bad. Please, you're the expert on this one.
I'm probably biased, but it's the best one in the game. Just because a lot of people think she can only be useful from long range. They are incorrect. You come up to this thing and you do this. Shoot at the ground. You hit a shot, and all 3 shots do like 45 damage, I believe.
180? Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yes. So even from close range, if you have someone that sneaks up on you, you can like jump around and shoot at the ground. And it doesn't home on them, so it just hits the ground, and it's kind of like just shooting the ground to wind with a splash damage weapon, and like, say, Call of Duty or something like that, right? If you have like a grenade launcher or something, you shoot the ground, it'll blow up, it'll do splash damage to them. But the splash damage is almost identical to the actual damage. So it's still good from close range. From mid-range, you can just harass the hell out of them because it does way too much damage. And from long range, you can do the same thing, because if they don't know you're there, if they don't know, you can shoot it, and like, you have 9 cones out before the first one hits them. And now they have to worry about 9 ice cream cones that each do 15 damage chasing after them. And they have to find cover really quick, or it's over.
It is the most annoying thing
So,
when you go around a corner, you literally see one cone that hits you and it chills you. It is the most annoying thing.
So I think Mel T has the best gun. Not because of the range, since I actually don't use Mel T from range that often. It's mostly the fact that from mid-range, it like almost always hit, and it's effective from close range as well, because you can just shoot the ground to win. Because I've heard people say that Mel T's gun would be the best if you could toggle off the homing for close range battles, and I say you can. Just look at the ground. If you're right here and you look at the ground, the homing is off, and you can still shoot and hit. You can toggle it off, looking down.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, I think Mel T is the best gun in the game, because
totally.
her viability is definitely not carried by these. These are good, but they don't carry her.
Totally not
So
biased.
this gun
by
is
the
what
way.
carries her.
That's why I picked
Yeah,
the Swabby.
it
Totally
probably is
not
biased. It probably is biased. Yeah, don't use a barista ult. It won't zoom directly in on her face in the sky or anything.
Alright, so next up is Couff Guy.
So you had this guy as the best gun.
Yes, I personally put his as the best gun. It has knockback, it has a lot of foaming, especially like, you know, travel wise if you hit it towards the ground. And it can stun people and just push people back and just be absolutely annoying. And again, with the champ example, you just have unlimited shots. So that knockback and that, you know, foaming and such, yeah, you can foam quite a lot just by jumping on champ.
I would put it at second best, but I would put it behind, because okay, if you shoot it at that, it does the 37.5 weird damage number that this game loves using, which is less than a single like barrage of Mel T missiles, like the 3 missiles from Mel T. And this does not home. This does not home. So you have to actually like directly aim your shot, which is really hard to do from any range that isn't point blank. And also its range is not actually that good. Like, it's decent, but it's not particularly amazing. So it does have to over Mel T, but Mel T does more damage, Mel T is easier to aim, and Mel T is more effective from closer ranges because of the homing. So I think it is just a little bit worse of a Mel T, or worse, a little bit worse than Mel T's gun.
No, yeah, I feel the same way.
I still
and
say
also,
it's second best.
Also, if you fire it too high in the sky, it just dissipates. It just goes away. You'll never do that, but that's also one thing where it just disappears.
I have had it to where I have been like standing somewhere and he's trying to hit me, and they explode like right before they hit me. And when they do that, they also don't make much foam because they explode in midair. So he's kind of shooting, he's missing, and it's just not hitting me. Which I actually had in the tier list video I made. I had a clip of it happening. It was so funny. It was in there.
Yeah, so definitely second best. We'll give on that one. Alright, so what about non-charge to charge shot of Chloe?
Chloe is okay. Andrew gone.
Continue. I will join back in. Continue. Don't worry about it. My infamous DSE.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so, I think Chloe, so you would not consider Chloe a good yeah, awesome, good character in the game, but you would consider Chloe a viable character, right?
Yes, I would consider her viable,
usable.
yeah.
Not good, but like, definitely usable. And
yep.
That usability is not carried by the abilities. Those keys are not carrying her ability to be used, right? This isn't so with Bubble Step. This is a kind of hard to hit sniper move and an impossible to hit bomb. So, Chloe's viability is held together by this. Look at how much foaming this makes, by the way. Kind of insane, actually.
It has been buffed. Please note, it has been buffed. So,
but,
before it used to be kind of so much worse.
And that is a 3-shot kill. 3-shot kill if you hit all the shots. And the shots are not that hard to hit because the hitbox is kind of bigger than it should be. Which, like, I'll take it, but the hitbox is a little bit bigger than you think it should be for the ball.
Yeah, because even on I'm aiming slightly to the left of it and it doesn't have the marker on it, but I'm still hitting.
Yeah, so it's easier to hit than you think it should be. 3 shots to kill. Effective from every range, basically, because of how quickly the ball moves. This isn't Couff or Mel T, where, like, the long-range projectiles are slow. These are not slow. You can just boom, 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 that moves it. And whenever you hit the 2 shots, and they're at that health, 1 uncharged shot takes them out. So you don't need to hit 3 charged shots, you just need to hit 2, and then you can start going full auto mode on them. It's good. So, I think Chloe's viability in this game is held together by this gun being really good.
Yeah,
it can do pretty much everything except harass you from extreme long ranges. But it's still effective. Like, he's like her max effective range for him right now. So, I think it's very good. Very good weapon.
No, yeah, it's not terrible. I like it. Again, it's just, like you said, her viability is just this, and that's it. Everything else is either a 50% shot or an unreliable bat. So, yeah. And then finally...
unreliable bat.
Finally, we are going to get to one of the most broken characters in the entire game. Still after 2 nerfs. How fun!
The third best gun. But this is another character where he's held together by the gun. Which is like... Sure, this ability is pretty good, but you don't need it. Not really that necessary when you can just do that. So I think this is kind of what do you value in a weapon kind of thing. Like, because from a range, you can use it, but it's not reliable in any capacity.
Yeah, it does a decent amount of foaming though, because it's a rolling ball. It's
definitely reliable.
It's definitely reliable for foaming.
Yeah, it can do anything. It can do anything, that's for sure. But I don't think it can do anything to a broken degree. Like, even at close damage, I think Soa and Agito still outdo him. But, I mean, Soa and Agito can't do it from here.
That's true. Also,
but
do note...
then when you think... You go?
Also, do note that Quantum found this out. So you know the amount of damage that you can do in full... So 287, right? If you turn into your SSS, you actually do less damage. How funny.
The
240.
The trade-off tends to be, that's a close range comparison. From far range, Dark Ram's is better. Also, if you fall individually, there's more damage than you fall individually for Ramzey. It's just because you shoot slower.
Oh, true.
But, at point blank, as Dark Ramzey, which you really don't want to be there with him anyway, because you're just going to get shot and taken out of Dark Ramzey, but it's worse than being normal Ramzey, which is kind of goofy. But
yeah. So, unfortunately...
What I think about Ramzey's gun, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. And unfortunately, we did not do Bubble because I'm broke, and Quantum just started playing this game after 12 days. So, yeah.
I have not played this game in 2 weeks.
So, I guess from, like, the silent, or, like, the little I've seen of Bubble's gun, it's fun. Especially in the Friday. It's pretty decent, but it has gotten changes.
Play the Friday.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, the Friday, don't worry about it, because you want to know why? It was originally like foam balls, like Ramzey's, but they changed it to bubbles instead.
Oh, yeah. He's Bublo.
Yep. So they did change that, and now it has an overheat mechanic. I've never personally tried it myself, but there is an overheat mechanic to it now instead of just being like full charge the whole entire way. So I don't know fully how it functions, but in general, I would think it's fine. But again, the overheat mechanic would probably hold it back, where every other character doesn't have an overheat mechanic, or in general can literally just fire at will.
You know, you can make Ramzey's dream dance.
That's
With a QuantwomWhale.
fantastic. Fantastic.
If you get Dark Ramzey and a QuantwomWhale, he'll start dancing, and it looks very funny.
Alright, well, that was the tier list. I don't know how long this has been, but I do appreciate Quantum coming out,
We didn't
by
really
the
put
way.
anything on a tier list.
Yeah,
but...
I'm still calling it a tier list, okay? You know what? I'm calling it a tier list. I'm getting the algorithm. There's nothing you can do about it. Anywho.
Just go like make the tier list and then screenshot it and just slap it on.
I'll do it.
Just like slap it as the thumbnail or something.
Dude, that's fantastic. Alright, well, do appreciate it. Thanks so much, and well, we'll see you later, I guess. Maybe if we do another collaboration. Possibly, I don't know.